Hello everyone, welcome to my beauty channel. I am Noreen. I am very excited to review some makeup and skincare and give you my honest reviews. So I would introduce myself a little bit and tell you how I see beauty in general. So beauty to me is about being comfortable in your own skin. I am a makeup lover rather than a makeup artist, and I enjoy the creative, therapeutic process of self-application. And my approach to be focused on personal sort of expression, skincare, and finding joy in products and their application as well. Being a makeup enthusiast allows me to treat makeup as a fun hobby. So, and as a form of sort of artistic expression on my face. The focus is on using my face as a canvas. For me, applying makeup is a daily self-expression, confidence boosting, and creativity. Enjoying makeup means exploring trends on social media and buying the good stuff and having fun. So today, I would like to go back to my favorite products. So one of the first products I am going to share with you is primers. I have two primers from E.L.F. Just turn it around like the right way. So first one is a Luminous Putty primer, and it is very sheer on application. The next one is vitamin C. I think these are underrated products, genuinely underrated, and it's got a bit of a color in it, but it's very brightening, it's very luminous, and it gives a nice glow. Firstly, I'm going to use this vitamin C one. Love vitamin C, everything with the vitamin C. So for application, I am using Real Technique 108. It's a primer brush on this metal side, and you can just scoop it out if you need to. So let's begin. So I'm going to apply half of my face with this primer and the other half with the other primer. So I am going to just scoop a little bit out and simply just apply, and I do not apply too much. I just do not need too much primer on my face. On the other side, I'm going to apply with I'm going to apply the rest of the primer, which is a Luminous Putty one. There we go. Cool. It gives this beautiful glowy skin. So I need to mention this, that I have a very, very dry skin, and I have to prepare my skin really well before applying any sort of foundation, whether it's a high-end, whether it's a drugstore, or called a high street foundation. And my skin has to be prepared, so I do give it enough time for my skincare to sort of soak in, because my face drinks anything liquidy, just very strange. But so E.L.F. foundations. I have 4 E.L.F. foundations in my possession. Just going to show you. There we go. Yeah, that is my 4 E.L.F. foundations. So I have Hello Glow, I have Skin Tint, soft Glam Foundation, and it is full coverage, long-lasting CC Hydrating Foundation. I will be applying it on my skin, and let's just get started. So I will start with tint. So here is the tint foundation. It is Glow Skin Tint Mineral Broad Spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen, water resistant. So it says shake really well before applying. I will apply on the back of my hand so you can see the shade I have is, let's see if I can, there we go. The shade I have is 6 Light Cool. Sometimes I use cool shades. I don't know how it works, but my skin tone is light with a neutral undertone, and this is the consistency. So it's runny, it's a bit runny. So I'm going to apply this with one of my brushes, and it is good and old brush. It's really like a really fancy brush. It's a really nice and soft brush. So just going to tap a little bit, and so this is what the color is. Not quite what I'm looking for, but I had to try to find the closest to my shade. So I'm just going to apply so you can see. It's very sheer. There we go. I'm just going to demonstrate of how sheer it is on my skin. Love tints, skin tints. I think that they are very handy when obviously when I do not want to have a very heavy coverage. For Halo Glow, I am using shade number 0.5 Fair, and it's very glowy. So and I can never find my shade. It's strange, but I can never find my shade. So I am going to just demonstrate, just wipe the rest of it. So I'm just going to demonstrate. That is, as you can see, that it's glowy. It's very glowy. So it's quite close to my my shade, but there we go. So I would take the same brush, and I'm going to use the other side of it, and we are going to apply just a little bit on my forehead, because I think that, as you can see straight away, it's just glowy. So there we go. I use it sometimes as a primer under the foundation, or I would mix it with my favorite foundation. There we go, just under eye. I go give us a little bit of a glow. So it's a nice foundation. It's not heavy on my skin. It's very hydrating as well. I find it very hydrating for my dry skin. So let's try Camo Hydrating CC Cream, and it is a full coverage. I'm going to apply on the side of my face. So it has got a little pump. It's rather, that's my hand, so this is a size to make sure, keep it away from my face. So this is the closest to my skin shade. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So I'm going to use a different brush, and this is a Spectrum brush, and it's number B13 foundation brush. There we go. So it has got a bit of a angled, such like a form. It's really soft on application. As you can see, this one is not moving, it stays in its place. So just gonna go ahead and tap my foundation brush into it. I have to make sure I saturate my brush and then apply it, because it's really even application and a really smooth application when your brush is saturated with the foundation, so that you don't need too much. I don't need too much, but there we go. Let's try it. Yes. It's like all that redness just disappeared, and it's very light. It's not heavy. It doesn't feel heavy on my face. And go and build up as much as I want. And if I just go around, there we go. So you can see the difference between this side and the other side. What I will do is I'm just going to gently wipe this other side so I can apply the other foundation by not disturbing too much and not dragging too much of the base that I created already, because I have prepared my skin really well. So the last foundation that I'm going to try on my face is going to be this soft Glam Satin Foundation. It says medium buildable coverage, lasts long lasting. It says 1% hydrating hibiscus complex. I think I'm spelling it right. Hibiscus. I don't know which one is right. So my shade is a 21. This should be my light neutral, but it's not. There we go. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit out, and let's just have a look at the shade. And it's obviously not moving, and it's more yellowy. As you can see, it's more yellowy, but I'm just gonna make it work. This is the shade, and when I blend it on my skin, somehow it works out. Strangely, but it works out. There you go. That is skin color. So I'm just saturating brush and applying. It's tiny bit yellowy, but it's okay. I can never find my shade. It's really it can be frustrating, but by the time I blend it, it's sort of blended. Sort of. So that is difference between this one, which is Camo, and Camo CC Cream, which is color corrected, and it does exactly what it says. So yes, I would highly recommend all 4 foundations, especially this two. I don't know what kind of sorcery is this, but if I would choose out of all the 4 of these foundations, I have the winner. And that would be my color corrector hydrating foundation. One of the other things I do when I apply a foundation, I go with my Dump Beauty blender and I tap or just press it into my skin by doing this. It will get rid of anything excess that is left or not blended or been missed whilst you're applying. So there we go, and that is how I prepare my complexion to create an even skin tone. So next I'm going to be reviewing E.L.F concealers, and I have 2 concealers One of them is a 16-hour camo concealer. The other one is a hydrating camo concealer. We are going to apply it. So firstly, I would apply a hydrating camo concealer, and I have them in 2 different shades. Just going to apply just tiny little dot. This one is a fair beige. Okay, and this one is a light ivory. Yes, light ivory. And there we go. So beige is kind of beige. Light ivory is tiny bit yellowy. So that is light ivory, and the top one is beige. So I could just get away with just applying beige color, fair beige. But from this one is a bit too pinky, and this one is a bit too yellowy. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix them together. Just rub them together. I somehow achieved my perfect shade by doing this. I'm going to apply this under my eyes, and using one of my very buttered and a war hero Real Technique brush. It's 421 brush, and it says soft accent. I don't know what a soft accent is, but I'm using this brush, which has got a bit of a... I'm using this for my concealer. I would just saturate my brush again, just like I would do it with the foundation. I would saturate my brush, and then I would go under my eye, and with tapping motions I would just apply all the way, going inside my eye upwards. And so I would just go down here just to build a little bit, so it would be a right nice covered shadow. I can use them straight away directly on my face, but since I have learned this technique, I am tapping, and you can just see the difference. It covers my under eyes, any darkness. So it does cover under my eyes really nicely. So I had to wipe off a little bit of the foundation so you can actually see the difference. This is my real skin. Okay, this is my real skin. I'm just going to wipe a little bit in here so you can see that's the redness of my skin. That's how red it can get. So if I just go down this way towards downwards, as well as whatever is left on my hand, I would just go over my eyelid. I do not like applying too much concealer over my eyelid because crease is there, and having hooded eyes, it's not helping. So just sort of like lift my eye up. So I just created my fox eye. So then I take the back of the brush, and it's very, very handy, and just sort of smooth the edges and doing all downwards. Done. So there we go. So we can see the difference straight away. There we go. There we go. So now I am going to apply my 16-hour camo concealer, and it's not my shade, quite my shade. It's more of a beige, sort of like, it says it just looked very neutral to me, so I end up picking that up. So this is the shade, and if I just rub it, it just rubs in really nicely. It is fuller coverage than the hydrating one, but it has a sort of like a pinky undertone, which is going to work as a color corrector. So this is why I like it. And if I just apply for whatever is left on my hand, you can just see what I mean. There we go. If I just tap this and then go over it with another concealer brush, and you can see the difference. So I'm just going to rub this. I have to work with this one faster because this is more mattifying than this one. As you can see, the difference is very, very obvious to me. I hope that you can see it on a camera. So I would just go in, as I said, with this one, I have to work really fast and just apply it. So with the remaining concealer, I would just go over my eyelid as well, and I would work really fast. It sets really quickly, so there we go. Just going to topple this and use the back of my concealer brush to just even this out and blend it downwards. Looking upwards maybe, or looking down if you're doing a makeup, whichever way you find it, you can go ahead and do it. So as you can see, there you go. It's just set itself. I'm gonna see if I can show any matte, which it's strange. It just sets itself straight away. There we go. So both of the shades, very strangely, they worked. This is what I have got from that bottle. I'm just going to apply a little bit of foundation on to the rest of my face, and I'm going to be using my CC cream, which I'm just going to cover, and just a little bit is redness, and that is covering. So what I do is, the little trick I do is I apply my concealer first and then I go over it with a foundation, but also I can go over foundation with a bit of a concealer. The reason I do it is because I love to create one same color canvas, and only if I want to brighten under my eyes, I would just add a bit of a brightening concealer. Usually I would just go and make all my face the same color. So I would just tap over my eyes very gently, without irritating, without poking my eye, just gently tapping under eyes, and then obviously over the bridge my nose, and just to blend so there wouldn't be this dividing line between a concealer and a foundation. Just go over and voila. So here is the final look of complexion segment. I am very pleased with the results of this application, and you can see it has covered under my eyes. It did not crease because I prepared my under eyes really, really well, and the skin looks flawless. I do not like too cakey, too heavy foundations, and yes, I'm very pleased. I highly recommend these foundations and concealers, and if you liked my content, please press a like button, subscribe, and please go ahead and leave a comment. And if you have any advice, any opinion about these foundations, please go ahead and share. I would love to read, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.